Welcome to another episode of The Present Show. I'm here, Mindful Pat. With me, as always, is Lele. Hey, Lele.
Ciao, Pat.
Today we have a fascinating topic for me personally. We have a special guest calling in, from Mexico. Guillermo's joining us. He's a psychiatrist and an avid gamer, and he's going to be talking to us about mental well-being and those two worlds, right? Or can you game and still do mental well-being and all that stuff? And we also have another guest with us today, Ivan. He's a fellow IBMer, and him and I have been working for several months. I don't even know when we met or how we met, but we share a passion for mindfulness and mental well-being. And Ivan is leading a lot of strategic initiatives when it comes to mental health and well-being in the Americas, partnering with universities, doing a lot of great stuff. Thanks for being with us, Ivan.
Well, I'm a psychiatrist in Mexico. I'm always liked the psyche, the psychology, from, I don't know, maybe my adolescence. So that's why I studied medicine, and then I studied psychiatry. Mm-hmm. But the gaming world, it's, long time. It's really since my childhood. Through my studies with psychiatry, I wanted to know if there was a relationship between the mental health and the gaming world. And it's obviously that the gaming world has become a really good tool to assess not only mental health of the person that uses them, but also to improve some cognition, some domains of the cognition, Through video games, we can improve these 6 domains. That's memory. Memory is one of the main domains that has been studied a lot through the video games, and how can they improve this function. Improve social interactions through some games like massive online video games. Because people with social phobia can't interact in person with the others. They have these thoughts that maybe they are talking about them. They are thinking that they are, making wrong decisions. But that's all in their disordered cognition. So when you use video games to improve social phobia, the main thing is that when you can see the person, the interaction becomes a lot easier. So you can see the face of the people. Okay, you just talk through chat, through chatting. But then you can interact through voice. So later you can interact through video. And the final step, you can interact in person. Some other video games can improve other domains of cognition, like memory, as I said before, and the executive functions, like planning.
Guillermo, what are the type of video games in this case? Like all the games, or there are some games that are more suitable to it and some that are less?
Yeah, like I said, the massive multiplayer online games, mm-hmm. like I don't know, Final Fantasy 14, mm-hmm. or the first massive multiplayer online was Ultima Online. Mm-hmm. These kind of games, you must interact through chatting to, plan the strategy to defeat some bosses, to maybe even explore the world. You have to plan this through chatting. And then it is a lot easier to plan the strategy through voice.
What is your experience with people who had these sort of situations, going through, you said first interacting through games, then interacting through voice, then interacting through meeting other people? So how have you seen the progress of this kind of phobia in individuals?
They become a lot confident about themselves, to maybe make a lot easier the social interactions when they meet them in person. So these kind of games help them to overcome this fear.
Another question would be connected with how much, because that's also what I'm struggling with my own kids at home, right? So how much time you would advise every day to play maximum, even in case of issues, maybe like with social issues and so on, but also in any normal case?
That's also depending on the age. So there's this concept about on-screen time, and when the child is less than 4 years, the recommendation is that they only the maximum hour it's just 1 hour on screen time. So when the child grows, when he's 4 to 8 years, this time can increase to 2 hours. From 8 to maybe 12 years, this on-screen time can increase to 3 hours. And the top recommendation, it has become that 4 hours is the maximum, because you have tired eyes, maybe you develop a headache, and also, well, the body has to move. You have to move, because the sedentarism, it's not good for your health.
What advice or what recommendations do they give to an individual that's under this stress or under this, chaos when they're gaming? Because I'm sure professional gamers, but amateur gamers also get frustrated and angry and can't manage their emotions, right? So what's some things they could do?
The advice that I can give them is that, okay, just stop gaming, because this will only increase in time. So this is really not good for your mental and your physical health, right? Because this stress, this continued stress, will just make you more angry, and your body will suffer from it. Just stop the session, maybe, and think about it. Think about what are your what you are thinking at that moment, what you are feeling in that moment, and how can you maybe improve it.
What would be your advice for those parents who are staying at home with the children and need to work, but also make sure that the children are safe while they're playing a game or in front of a TV or a console?
When they're children, you have to, as a parent, you have to make the contracts. If they break the contract, you must have some consequences, right? But these contracts have to be the same always. Like maybe, okay, you will play 1 hour, but you have to finish your homework, right? If you don't finish your homework, you will not play. And this contract has to remain the same, with the same consequences.
So like agreements, but not exceptions. Like you need to be strict without adding the exception. Okay.
Yes. And you have to make the consequences. If they break the contract, you have to apply the consequence. If you don't apply the consequence, that's also bad, right? Because the child becomes a lot more maybe confident that well, it didn't happen the last time. I will do it every time, right?
What is your favorite activity or your favorite practice to enhance your mental well-being in order that you can be a better gamer or a better user of technology?
The mindfulness, it's a really good, a really great tool, in fact, to overcome many things that, make me anxious, maybe. And also, sometimes, as a human being, I get angry, right? While I'm gaming. So when I get angry, later I put myself away from the game and think, well, what made me angry? What was that I was thinking and was feeling right when I was going through that emotion. And what can I do to maybe not get angry again, or not that angry, right? That's maybe a really simple example. But also, I do a lot of workout. It's like if I couldn't work out today, I don't play. It's like my motto, right? Because I have to be physically healthy to I don't know, reward myself to game.
I really like that element of finding time to do a reflection, right? To sit with your time and analyze what you did, and then what could I have done differently. That's a good practice to do, and that element of physical well-being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned earlier, right? It's important to move. It helps our brain function better, etc. So it's I get my movement, I get my nutrition in, and then I reward myself with the games, right? Guillermo, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for watching. Please check out all the resources and the links to Guillermo's sites, and contact him, for any of questions, comments that you have about gaming, about mental well-being, about what should I do with my kids. I'm sure he'll be happy to support.
Thank you so much, everyone, and bye to the next episode.